Chaos and mess leads to stress. It's something I've definitely experienced in my life. You know, last year when I was working my business alone, not gonna lie, it was chaotic. There were some days where I could barely breathe because there's so much chaos and a mess that led to the stress because there was no structure and I lacked the organizational skills at that time in my life. And that's why I'm making a video on this, because I see a lot of people, you know, when I speak to people, it seems like they're always stressed. It's always chaotic. Then you ask them, okay, well, what are you doing to change that? And it's like, oh, there's just so much going on. I just, you know, whatever happens, happens. It's like, guys, you know, plan ahead and organize your life. It will lead to less stress and anxiety. And who on earth doesn't want less stress and anxiety? Let's be honest. It's such a debilitating situation sometimes to be so anxious about stuff. But if you just plan ahead and organize your life, you can really change that level of stress. So here are some of my tips. It's going to start small and work its way up. The first thing is that your home base, where you live, has got to be in order, guys. You know, simple things. I'm making this video for people that like just need the basics first, and then we'll work out from there. Things like making your bed every morning, things like having the dishes done, things like just keeping your home base in order. Because if the minute you wake up, everything around you is chaotic, how likely is it that the rest of your day is going to be chaotic? You know, you wake up, there's a mess, you start stressing, you go to work, it's also chaotic. You know, guys, start with home base first, make sure that that's in order. Then when it comes to life, work, you know, your day-to-day activities, people always react to the day. Guys, I promise you, if you just sit down every night for 10 minutes and plan out your day the next day, it's going to make a massive difference. Then, if you've got activities you need to achieve, write them down, write down a checklist. As you go through the day, you're going to check those things off because you sense of achievement. Every time you get something done, you cross it off the list. So once you've gone through your checklist for the day, as you go through the day, tick off, tick off, tick off. It's going to give you a sense of achievement. Then also buy yourself a big calendar. Every day, you achieve everything you need to achieve. You put a nice big W on it for a win. Every time the day it's good, but wasn't amazing, put a tick. Every day that was just shocking, unproductive, put a big X. Guys, it's such a small little thing that you can do, but I promise you it pays off massively. You suddenly keep track of how successful your weeks are, and you also, most importantly, notice when you have an extremely bad day, and you can identify why that day was bad and how you can avoid that. So the next time that day kind of comes around, you avoid it, you create a win for the day. You know, once you see those W's, you get so much momentum. I've said this before, create a sense of credibility with yourself, that you can do things properly, that you can be organized, that there's no chaos, there's no mess, there's no stress. You are organized, you achieve things you want to achieve, and you plan the days ahead. But if you continue just complaining about stress and never doing anything about it, then in 1 year's time, you're still going to be stressed. You're still going to be running around. You're still going to be anxious. What's the point, guys? Everything I've told you today is free. It doesn't require money. It requires a tiny bit of time, but will you take it and will you use it? That's the thing. A lot of people are complaining these days about things in their life, but they're unwilling to do it. They're unwilling to change it, and unwilling to do something to change it, you know? I had an incredible amount of anxiety and stress at one time in my life. I did something about it. Now it's so much better. So guys, maybe take some of these tips today. Please use them if you need them, and hopefully change your life a bit.